It's the Latin Show at Loveland Classical.
Welcome to Latin.
Welcome to Latin!
Welcome to Latin.
Welcome to Latin.
Welcome to Latin.
The goal of Latin class is not to get hit in the face with a stuffed animal because you aren't paying attention. Don't! Wait. No, really, we really do throw stuffed animals at each other in class, and it's completely and totally part of class. And sometimes we dress up in wigs or costumes because Latin is fun. Woo!
Magister Smith, in particular, really likes to wear wigs.
Magister Smith doesn't just like to wear wigs, he loves to wear wigs.
Oh, salve discipuli! I'm Magister Timothea, and my favorite mythological character is Juno, Queen of the Gods, because she's always irate.
And my fun fact is that I also have a Latin YouTube cooking channel called Coquamus. Subscribe! And now, a podcast called Secunda Mensa. Righteous. To be serious, what I love about Latin is that it helps me to become friends with all these people who lived a long, long time ago. Like my homie, Virgil. And I just want to say that I love my Latin team. No, seriously, Miss Cunning has such a sensitive and sympathetic heart, and she's always thinking about the students, which helps me to remember to be thinking about you guys too. Mr. Dixon is like the most organized person I've ever met, and I am not. So he has helped me to just get things organized and get my act together. And when I don't have my act together, I've got Mr. Cam, who delights in finding where I leave all of my stuff and then making fun of me for my absent-mindedness.
Behold, I am Jupiter, god of gods. It has been foretold that a shark is running in the halls of the school. No sharks shall run in the halls of Loveland Classical Schools.
Hello, I'm Magister Dixon, and my favorite thing about Latin is learning how Romans did everyday things. I love to make the things that they made and learn how they did it. I made this suit of armor many years ago, and I think that's one of the coolest things about Latin. My favorite mythological person is Hephaestus or Vulcan because, like me, he's a craftsman. And also, like me, he's got a bad leg. So, I like those things about Hephaestus. I think he's really cool. Okay, here's my fun fact. Okay. My fun fact is I'm a pretty good juggler. Oh, man. And I love the fact that I work with an awesome group of Latin teachers. Mr. Smith, his spoken Latin is so wonderful. It's awesome to have conversations with him. Mr. Kem, when I sit in his mythology class, I'm always learning something new about mythology. My wife, Magistra Cunning, she is an incredible writer and writes all sorts of wonderful stories that you all get to read. And they are an awesome group of people.
We hear everyone's coming back to school. What? A peacock's running the school?
I hear Vulcan's building a new socially distanced classroom.
Wait, what? Latin's partying online with Bacchus? Why wasn't I invited? Hello, I am Ms. Cunning, and let's see. Why I love Latin. I studied classical literature in my freshman year at university, and I thought, why wouldn't I read this in the original Latin? And then I took Latin, and yes, why wouldn't I? My favorite mythological character is currently Pegasus, because I wrote a whole story from Pegasus' perspective, and now I love him to pieces, like immensely.
not a horse.
He's not a horse. Don't say he's a horse. No, not gonna fly. Unlike Pegasus. Let's see. And then my weird fun fact is that I know how to safely operate a chainsaw at 9,000 feet. That's right. And so let's talk about the department. Many of you know that my husband is Mr. Dixon, so I'm going to start with him because he is my favorite person in the whole wide world. So he is incredibly kind, and it's been such a delight seeing him teach, because I've heard stories about his teaching for years, but now being able to see him teach and to see the kind of persona he has in the classroom has been such a treat. So I really enjoyed watching his classes last year. My colleague, Mr. Smith, edits all of my books, which is great, but he is also silly and so warm and so empathetic, and those are things that I really appreciate about him. My other colleague, Mr. Kim, is an encyclopedia of knowledge. If I do not know the answer to a question, whether it's about macrons or myth, I go and ask him, and he knows the answer without looking it up, which is, like, it blows my mind. I am so delighted to work with these colleagues every day.
I'm Magister Kim, and I love Latin because I'm really into Latin poetry. I like singing songs in Latin. Non longa via est Romam, ubi habitata mica mea pulcra. And I've been doing Latin for like decades and decades. And my favorite myth are all the myths. I teach myth too, by the way. There was that one story about that one guy in that one place who did all that stuff. And I'm really excited about the Latin team. There are Quatuor Magistri. I've known Magister Smith for decades, and the fun thing that I like to do is follow him around and pick up all the stuff that he leaves everywhere and then make fun of him for it. And then Magister Dixon and Magistra Cunning, we all work together really well, and he's really organized. She's a great writer, and somebody else already said that, but it doesn't matter. And I like myself because I teach Latin. And what was the fourth thing?
Weird fact
Fun
about
fact.
you.
And fun fact about me is I like to write songs in Latin. Did I already say that one? Cut. Just remember,
You have
All four of